Welcome to the swearing-in ceremony for the 48th student member of the Board of Education of Anne Arundel County, Bunmi Omisore of Arundel High School. Shortly, Ms. Omisore will take an oath joining an elite group of students who have confidently and courageously served in a position that projects and protects student voice as the only student board member in the nation with full voting rights. As a school district, this privilege is more of a promise in true service to our students, one we are proud to uphold. At this time, I will now introduce Clerk of the Circuit Court, Scott Poyer, who will preside over today's ceremony. Mr. Poyer and Ms. Omisore, will you please come forward?
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, I just wanted to make some introductions today. I'd like to introduce Melissa Ellis, Board President of the School Board. Melissa. Vice President Dana Schalheim. Board Member Candace Antwine. Board Member Robert Silkworth. Board Member Corrine Frank. Board Member Joanna Tobin. Board Member Michelle Corkadell. And former Student Board Member Drake Smith. Drake. And I'd also like to recognize the Honorable County Councilwoman Lisa Rodvian. And welcome guests and family. Ms. Omisore, if you would please step forward, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. Oh, actually, if you'd move a little bit forward for the microphone. I, Bunmi Omisore,
I, Bunmi Omisore,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland,
to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution
and support the Constitution
and laws thereof,
and laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
student member,
student member,
Anne Arundel County
Anne Arundel County
Board of Education,
Board of Education,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and the laws of this state.
and the laws of this state.
Congratulations. An honor to swear you in. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen. And if I may ask for your signature in our book of attestation, the clerks of the Circuit Court have maintained the history of Anne Arundel County since the year 1647. Today, Ms. Omisore joins the history of Anne Arundel County. An honor.
Thank you.
The microphone is yours.
Okay. Can you all hear me? Yes. I feel like I'm giving like a speech at the Oscars right now. Good morning to my now fellow board members, family, friends, and everyone watching at home. Many of you know me as a student, a peer, or a classmate. But now you will know me as your 48th student member of the Board of Education. I'd be remiss if I didn't start this speech with heartfelt gratitude to those who got me to where I am today. But something that I've been doing this past year and a half, and a virtue that I hope to bring to the board, is self-reflection. Exactly 1 year ago, on July 1st, 2020, I was working an 8-hour shift at the McDonald's on Route 3. And I was trying to live as typical of a high school life as I could given the pandemic. Now, 12 months later, I've become the first SMOB from Arundel High School in 17 years. But more importantly, I've been able to make an impact on my community through social activism and service. Through hard work, dedication, and a solid support system, I believe that anything is possible. While I'd like to give myself all the glory, the person that you see at the microphone today would not exist if not for the contributions of those around me. I'd like to thank my family, Mom, Dad, Kemi, and Tayo. Thank you for your unconditional support throughout all my ventures and the sacrifices you've made to allow me to serve Arundel County on such a grand level. Thank you to my campaign staff, Jaden, Michaela, Malika, Kaya, Amelia, Camille, Amaya, Hala, and Jaina, so many names, not only for trading in weekends and free time to help me get to this position right now, but also for putting up with me and being my genuine friends. To my friends in ELC, the Youth Advisory Council, Let's Talk Justice, you inspire me every day. And without you all and the work that we've done together, I would not have had the courage to run for this position. Every day, you give me courage, even if you continue to tease me in our respective group chats. Within a school system, the responsibility of a student's success or even potential is not solely reserved to said individual. It takes support from teachers, administrators, mentors, etc., to allow a child to fully flourish. Even if they don't believe me when I say this, I can say with 100% certainty that the Bunmi you see here today would not have accomplished nearly a fraction of what I have if not for the support of the following adults in my life. To the Arundel High faculty, I thank you for making me feel at home. If you ask my father about my attitude towards moving to this county, he will tell you that I came with disdain and fear of coming to an unknown town an hour away from all I've known. But the Arundel community has made me feel like a pure wildcat, and I hope to do something I'm proud of every day on the board. I'd like to personally thank Ms. Gina Davenport and Dr. Jasmine Coleman. There's never been a moment where I couldn't depend on either of you, and I will never be able to share how grateful I am of that. I'd also like to thank Miss Stacy Pellegrin and Miss Katara West for taking a chance on a random girl from Gambrels and giving her the opportunity to talk about justice, among other things, with fellow students across AACPS. You four have shown me the beauty and power of collaboration between adults and students, all towards making a better AACPS. I could go on and on about all the people who have made school not only an enjoyable academic experience, but also a sanctuary for my self-realization as a young adult. But circling back to self-reflection, I know that many students don't have the luxury of sharing that same sentiment. School should be a place of learning not only core subjects like math or science, but also discovering passion, mastering interpersonal relationships, and pursuing avenues of service that help aid the well-being of all. Quoting the great Angela Davis, I vow to you all this: I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. This is why, lastly, I want to thank you, the students of Arundel County, for vesting in me this unique ability to facilitate change in our school system. I promise that I will not disappoint you and that I will spend every day of my term promoting equity and making a school a place where every student not only feels included, but feels like they have a path to their own personal success. Last, and I know that he'll smile once I do this, I would like to personally thank Drake Smith, who I make fun of relentlessly, and I plan to for as long as I know him. Although we poke fun at him, he has been a great SMOB and one that I am proud and honored to be a successor of. And a lot of people usually tell me, you have a lot of big shoes to fill, following Drake. And while I will be following the same path, becoming a new student member, I will be wearing different shoes. I will make sure to be very, very faithful to everything that I ran on, and first and foremost, make sure that I prioritize the students of Arundel County where all of our priorities lie. Thank you.